I lived in darkness, never knowing day from night. I was never needed, no one ever held me tight. Then one day it happened, she chose me from all the rest. I stood very straight and tall, she knew I was the best. The way she set me afire, my fever's getting higher. Oh yes, she set me afire, I know I'll never be the same again. Her nearness made me tingle and I started living fast. I knew there had been others, but I hoped that this would last. Her lips were soft and sweet with a certain tenderness. She made me feel wanted with her warm and soft caress. The way she set me afire, my fever's getting higher. Oh yes, she set me afire, I know I'll never be the same again. After she had taken me for all that she could get, she made me very sorry that we had ever met. I know that she just used me for pleasures of her own. She left me crushed and broken and smoldering all alone. The way she set me afire, my fever's getting higher. Oh yes, she set me afire, I know I'll never be the same again. Now you know my story, how I was treated wrong, especially when my life was only 5 minutes long. You know it shouldn't happen, but you have no regrets. You think I have no feelings, 'cause I'm just a cigarette.
Now, I'm a feller with a heart of gold, with the ways of a gentleman, I've been told. The kind of a feller that wouldn't even harm a flea. But if me and a certain character met, the guy that invented the cigarette, I'd murder that son of a gun in the first degree. Now, it ain't 'cause that I don't smoke myself, and I don't reckon they hinder your health. I've smoked them all my life, and I ain't dead yet. But nicotine slaves are all the same at a petting party or a poker game. Everything's gotta stop while they have that cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette. Now, in a game of chance the other night, old Dame Fortune was doing me right. The kings and the queens, they just kept on coming around. Then I got a full and I bet it high, but my bluff didn't work on a certain guy. He just kept on a-raising and a-laying the money down. Now, he'd raise me and I'd raise him. I sweated blood, I got to sink or swim. He finally called and then didn't raise the bet. I said, ace is full, pal, how about you? And he said, well, I'll tell you in just a minute or two, but right now I just gotta have a cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette. The other night, I had a date with the cutest little girl in the 48 states, a hybrid uptown fancy little dame. Now, she said she loved me, and it seemed to me that things were just about like they ought to be, so hand in hand, we strolled down Lover's Lane. She was oh so far from a chunk of ice, and our smooching party was going real nice, so help me, Hannah, I think I'd have been there yet. But I give her a kiss and a little squeeze, and she said, Tex, excuse me, please, but I just gotta have another cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette.
Tex Williams with Smoke, Smoke, Smoke That Cigarette. You'll find that on the 1940s album of the Rhino Records series called Dr. Demento Presents the Greatest Novelty Records of All Time. That was the #1 record in 1947 and easily the best-selling record ever made about tobacco, but not the only one by any means. Johnny Bond sang 5-Minute Love Affair on the flip side of his 1960 hit version of Hot Rod Lincoln, which we heard not long ago. Smoke, Smoke, Smoke That Cigarette, by the way, was one of the first negative songs about cigarettes. Before that, they were always portrayed as sophisticated and romantic, like on this somewhat forgotten song by a somewhat forgotten 1930s siren named Gloria Grafton.
In the dark, he strikes a match, and the spark clearly traces one face is my sweetheart.
A cigarette, sweet music, and you. A cigarette, sweet music, and you.
Puff, 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 puff your cares away. Puff, 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 night and day. Blow, blow them through the air, silky little rain. Those little smoke rings I love, please take me above with you.
Cigarettes is a blot on the whole human race. A man is a monkey with one in his face. Here's my definition, believe me, dear brother. A fire on one and a fool on the t'other. Cigarettes and whiskey and wild, wild women. They'll drive you crazy, they'll drive you insane. Cigarettes and whiskey and wild, wild women. They'll drive you crazy, they'll drive you insane.
I know there's a lot of talk going around today about cigarette smoking whittling your life away. I've seen it and I've heard it so many times that finally it just started to prey on my mind. I guess it scared me a little bit. That's why I decided I was going to quit. So while I was sitting here forming my battle plan, I took another puff and turned on the fan. I just sat down in my easy chair and thought of all the money I'd wasted on cigarettes all these years. I thought how I'd spend the rest of my days after I kicked this habit my body craved. Said to myself, this ain't gonna be so tough. With that little bit of assurance, I took another puff. I took a puff, then I ripped off another puff. I decided I about had enough. That breaking this habit won't be too tough. Now, I'll give a lot of thought to this thing. If I didn't smoke cigarettes, I'd feel just like a king. Besides, with the price going up every day, I knew I was just throwing all my good money away. You know, I ain't lit one in an hour or so. Just wanted to make sure I could quit, you know. I was thinking maybe I ought to write all this down, put it in a song, kind of circulate it around. Can't ever tell them I'd make a hit. And that'd have to cause it a little bit. Can you imagine me, the hit songwriter? Where'd I put that cigarette lighter? After all, it's a habit, and a habit you can break. Just a little bit of willpower, son, that's all it takes. said to myself, you got to be tough. And with that little bit of wisdom, I took another puff. I took a puff, and then a puff. And I finally ripped off another puff, and I decided, boy, this ain't gonna be tough. So I just about had enough. I'm about ready to quit this riding habit anyway. Oh, I think they ought to take it off television. It looks too good. Oh. I like them skinny ones with the filter. Oh. Give it to me, give it to me. Cigarettes. I say, if I quit smoking, what'll I do? Maybe I'll eat. Yeah, I'll eat cigarettes. Oh, I love it, 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 I love it. Chester B don't smoke. He smokes logs. Makes you laugh funny, too. Oh, my throat's scratching. Oh, I wish I could think of something bad to say about cigarettes. Boo on cigarettes. Don't smoke, don't smoke, don't smoke. You quit smoking, that'll leave more for me. I love it, I love it. No, I don't love cigarettes. You know, don't misunderstand me. I hate cigarettes. Makes you cough. And when you don't smoke, it makes you shake. I don't know what's worse, to shake or to cough. I think it'll make me a cough shake. Oh! Son, did you ever smoke? Oh, I remember one time I quit smoking. I quit for 3 months. My wife left me. So did my children. She took my house and left. It was a mobile home.
That may be the funniest tune I know about cigarettes. Jerry Reed, you might recall him from the Smokey and the Bandit movies. He's made a lot of fine albums, too. Jerry Reed with Another Puff and a cigarette medley featuring Gloria Grafton, Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians, Les Paul and Mary Ford with Puff, 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 Smoke Rings, and Red Ingle and Cigarette Swusky and Wild, Wild Women. Kids go to school to learn reading, writing, and arithmetic, and a lot of them through the years have learned other things, too, like how to smoke cigarettes. And we'll hear about that next.
Here's a Starship Tour update brought to you by Oxy 10. The Starship Tour is running full speed ahead, and lead guitarist Craig Chiquiso says the only thing better than a home on the range is a home on the road.
It's more comfortable than my house. I mean, the bus, man, it's like full-on two big lounges with couches, and each one's got a TV and a stereo and, you know, microwave, full bar. You know, you can't beat that.
Starship wraps up the first leg of their tour in Medford, Oregon, September 29th, Portland the 30th. But hold on to your hats. Starship will be blasting off again in March. So for all the latest details, be sure to keep listening on the Westwood One radio networks.
Certs knows everybody has a style of their own, like their taste in music, whether it's bass or horns or a little guitar. There's one thing people agree on.
Fresh bread speaks for itself.
And so does the refreshing taste of Certs and sugar-free Certs with NutraSweet.
I got a man with a slow
Good morning, honey. I'm late again.
He's got a face that I love to touch.
Why don't I ever get the bathroom to myself?
Because I like to touch your face when you're through shaving.
Oh, you like my new Schick disposable.
So that's your secret.
Yeah, the Schick disposable has a new blade angle for an easy touch. See?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, honey, remember?
What?
You are late. You're very late.
The new Schick disposable for the easy touch.
How you doing out there? You ever seem to have one of those days where it just seems like everybody's getting on your case, from your teacher all the way down to your best girlfriend? Well, you know, I used to have them just about all the time, but I found a way to get out of it. Let me tell you about it. Sitting in the classroom thinking it's a drag. Listening to the teacher rap just ain't my bag. Noon bells ring, you know that's my cue. I'm gonna meet the boys on floor number 2. Smoking in the boys' room. Smoking in the boys' room. Now, teacher, don't you feel me? Up with your rules, or everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school. Checking out the halls, making sure the coast is clear. Looking in the stalls, no, there ain't nobody here. My buddy Bang and me and Paul, to get caught would surely be the death of us all. Smoking in the boys' room, yeah, smoking in the boys' room. Now, teacher, don't you feel me? Up with your rules, everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school. All right. Well, they put me to work in the school bookstore. Checkout counter, and I got bored. Teacher was looking for me all around. 2 hours later, you know where I was found. Smoking in the boys' room. Yes, indeed, I was smoking in the boys' room. Now, teacher, don't you feel me? Up with your rules, or everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school. One more! Smoking in the boys' room. Oh, smoking in the boys' room. Now, teacher, I am fully aware of the rules, or everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school.
Brownsville Station was Smokin' in the Boys' Room, the original 1974 hit version of that song, which was revived in '85 by Motley Crue, of course. We'll wind up our little tobacco tribute with another one from Tex Williams. This was a follow-up to his hit Smoke, Smoke, Smoke That Cigarette, and it's based on a famous advertising slogan for Lucky Strike cigarettes, which went, with men who know tobacco best, it's Lucky's 2-to-1. Here's Tex's version.
Now, I heard tell about a guy who smokes so doggone much he up and croaked, and now he's resting 6 feet underground. He'd stop a red-hot poker game, a petting party with a beautiful dame to light a cigarette to calm him down. I used to be just like that guy. I had to have a smoke or die. For nicotine, I'd even hock my boots. But then I stopped. I'd had enough. I vowed I'd taken my last puff. I'd found a brand new brand that really suits. With men who know tobacco best, it's women 2-to-1. Ask any man who's made the test which product gets the gun. And if this fellow's a manly guy, you can bet your shirt that he'll reply. With men who know tobacco best, it's women 2-to-1. I was quite a connoisseur. I knew tobacco, that's for sure. I'd tried most every kind of nicotine. I've smoked a pipe, a cigar too, some tailor-mades and rolled a few. And as a kid, I smoked the coffee bean. But then I met a man one day. His face was old, his hair was gray, and up on his frame his clothes so loosely hung. He listened to me brag a while about cigarettes, then with a smile he said, "My boy, get wise while you're still young." With men who know tobacco best, it's women 2-to-1. Ask any man who's made the test which product gets the gun. And if this fellow's a manly guy, you can bet your shirt that he'll reply. With men who know tobacco best, it's women 2-to-1. While sitting in a bar one night, I asked a lady for a light. My cigarette had gone and lost its flame. She looked at me from head to toe, said, I don't smoke, but goodness knows I just love to play those parlor games. I said no thanks, I'd rather smoke, and then and there I thought she'd choke, but then she started smiling with delight. I moved to leave, she said sit still, and as she moved in for the kill, said, son, I've got good news for you tonight. With men who know tobacco best, it's women 2 to 1. Ask any man who's made the test which product gets the gun. And if this feller's a manly guy, you can bet your shirt that he'll reply. With men who know tobacco best, it's women 2 to 1. It's women 2 to 1.
Tex Williams, again on the Dr. Demento show. Actually, that was not Tex's last word on the subject. You see, in 1968, after the Surgeon General's report came out and smokers first started to feel a bit threatened, Tex decided his toes were being stepped on, and he came out with a remarkable revision of his old hit song from 1947, and here it is, quite a rare item from the archives, and this will be the last song in our tobacco tribute. Smoke, 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 68.
Now back when TV wasn't too old, a certain young fella with a heart of gold sung a cigarette song. Well, that young fella was me. Since then the world's made a lot of whirls, and you good-looking women who then were girls will find I've got a little different philosophy. There's far too many pros and cons, and too many brunettes that turn into blondes, and too many commercials telling me what to smoke. Well, I'm still sticking to my favorite brand in spite of that crepe-hanging medicine man who says if I keep smoking, I'm bound to croak. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, think about all the time you spent feeling a little bit more content by lighting up another cigarette. Now, the fellow who wrote that caution sign on this here cigarette pack of mine meant well, and he's a good old boy, I'll bet. But he had him a job to do, and I'll bet you a quarter when he got through, he laid his pencil down and lit up a cigarette. Now, I see no harm in innocent fun, and I'm the sort of a son of a gun who just can't spend my time with frights and fears. Now, I ain't gonna let it bother my mind if I cash my chips in ahead of time, cause only Methuselah lived 1,000 years. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, think about all the time you spent feeling a little bit more content by lighting up another cigarette. Why, cigarette smoking's a part of life. For instance, when you try to explain to your wife why you didn't get home till 4 o'clock last night, and she's demanding to know just why, you can think up a pretty good little white lie while fumbling for a cigarette and hunting the light. This life ain't nothing but a poker game where no two hands are quite the same, and I never saw a winner afraid to bet. So if you figure you want to quit, I wouldn't criticize you one bit, but right now I think I'll have another cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, think about all the time you spent feeling a little bit more content by lighting up another cigarette.
Come on, hey, ouch. Let's do it.
It's a world of acne, a world of germs. It's your brand new dog coming down with worms. It's the notes being played by a cockroach parade. It's the real world after all. It's a world of ulcers, a world of cysts. It's the hole in the road that you never miss. It's the cheap underwear creeping up to your hair. It's the real world after all. 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 It's a world of hunger, a world of sin. It's a million products to keep you thin. It's machinery exhaust causing air to be lost. It's a real world after all. It's a world of stark mediocrity. It's a world of mindless activity. It's the little white lie inside mom's apple pie. It's a real world after all. It's the real world after all. Cold hard steel world after all. Slimy eel world after all. Well, it's the real world after all. It's a world that's black and a world that's blue, and you must duck logic to get you through. It's the sudden attack of a knife in your back. It's the real world after all. It's the real world after all. Spinning real world after all. Cold hard steel world after all. Well, it's the real world after all.
Yay! That was really a lot of fun. Oh, I can't breathe. I got blisters on my fingers.
Fun to hear that one again. It's been a while. Duck Logic from Chicago with its Real World After All. And Smoke, Smoke, Smoke 68, the late Tex Williams on the Dr. Demento show. You know what I haven't given you? The phone number of the Dr. Demento request line. So here goes. If you'd like to give me a call, I need to know what you need to hear. And the number is 1-213-652-8028. If we play back your call on the air, you win a Dr. Demento t-shirt. So why don't you do it now while the rates are low? Please dial carefully. 1-213-652-8028. The Dr. Demento request line. It's almost funny 5 time.
Certs knows everybody has a style of their own, like their taste in music, whether it's bass or horns or a little guitar. There's one thing people agree on.
Fresh bread speaks for itself.
And so does the refreshing taste of Certs and sugar-free Certs with NutraSweet.
How can such a tough guy get so smooth?
Maybe you bring out the soft side of me.
Me?
Could be my Schick Plus razor.
You feel really good.
Maybe it's the Schick Plus comfort strip that lubricates my skin as I shave, so it's easy to get
smooth.
Smooth? What? You sure?
Come closer, said the spider to the fly.
Ooh.
New Schick Plus for the easy touch.